Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the analysis, just like to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Also, why don't you leave us some feedback down below? We're always happy to hear from you guys, so whatever you want to say, drop it in the box down there. Okay, so we're going to have a look at a few things. It hasn't really done much since we last looked at the video, and what we were basically talking about is, within the last video, we're talking about there's a couple of scenarios of where we can look at these waves ending and potentially what could be playing out if we have them ending in different areas. So the one that I'm looking for currently is the potential that we could actually have this as a W wave into the downside here, forming this X wave and then actually looking to break down. However, we also need to bear in mind it is possible that this would satisfy a completed move into this low with this teal fourth wave as an A, B, and a C. So that could actually mean a completed move, in which case what we could be setting up for is we'd be looking for the potential that we're starting to move to the upside here and actually looking to target up into this box zone here. So this zone that we'd be looking to target would be this 22,164 to this 21,725. That would be a zone that we'd potentially be looking to target if we do look to push up here again. So within this structure, like I said, there is a couple of options. We could potentially look for this third wave from this position, or alternatively we could have this come into here as a diagonal pattern, but I don't really like the internal structure of this leg here. It doesn't break the rules in the sense that all the internals are fine, except for this one's a little bit iffy in its structure. That's the only issue I have with this move, is this leg here is a bit iffy in its move. So I'm currently looking at it into this high point. So if that's the case, what we'd be looking for is the potential this is an ABC, then we have this as an ABC up, and now we would be looking for the potential to either form a 5-wave move down here for this wave, or we would be looking for the potential to form a 3-wave move down into these lows. So that is basically what we're having a look at within this structure. So we're going to be talking about both options here. There is also a slightly more bearish option where we are looking to break down deeper, which we would be coming from this point here. So we're going to go over that as well towards the end of the video. So within this, the potential one-to-one of this W wave would be this 20,165. This would also take us into the support zone that we were looking at. It would be in the higher range. It would also look to potentially test out this area of this the swing low here of 20,233. So that's a possibility. We could actually look to break down a little bit more within this. But for as long as we hold this 20,407 line, there is also a possibility that we could actually be starting this 5th wave up now. So we're going to go over that and we're going to talk about some of the invalidations of that. So I'm going to just turn on this, get rid of this Y wave. Basically within this move, what we'd be looking at is for the potential to have a 1-2, 1-2 setup, and then we're going to look to push up for a 3rd wave. So what we'd be looking for within this is the fact that we can count this as a completed 5-wave move into here, and then we could be looking for this wave 2 to the downside, and then looking for this 3rd wave to come up. So currently off of the current structure, basically what we'd be looking for is, if I take this up into this high point, down into this low point. So currently our impulsive trigger for this move would be a bit higher here, and that would be looking actually towards this 21,846. If we move up into that zone, basically that would then indicate to me that we have a 5-wave move playing out here, where we basically then form a move like this, where we have this as a 1, this would be a 2, this would be a 3, 4, and a 5, and we'd actually look to push higher. Though I don't think that this is complete this wave 2. I think that we still have some space within this, and basically what we'd be looking for is the potential to come down as an A, push up as a B, come down as a C. So that's what I'm currently looking at within this structure. And if we have a look, basically this has reached the impulsive area. If we come down into this low, go into there, we can see we've actually hit this 1.618. So I'd be anticipating another leg to this. I'd be looking for that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So invalidation of this additional 5th wave here would come by crossing this point here, of 21,058. If we move back above 21,058, then it actually indicate to me that this is rather just a zigzag here, and we could look for a completed move and look to push to the upside. Even if it is a zigzag and we don't get this additional fifth wave, what we'd be then looking for is the fact that we could still see a move play out like this, where we still do need to come down lower, and we come up higher here, invalidate, and then we just form another leg to the downside and form something like that. So we got to be aware that that's also a possibility. If we do push up higher and invalidate this fifth, though I don't think we are going to. It looks like it is going to play out here, so we're just going to give it a bit of time. So the fifth wave target would be down here at this 20,834 to this sort of 20,789. That's where we'd want to see this stop if we're looking at this just as a regular 5-wave pattern. If it pushes down below this, it would indicate to me then that we're actually getting some extension within these waves, and that we're actually most probably going to come down here and break this 20,624 area. So if we do move down there and break that zone, effectively then the 1-2 situation over here breaks, and it's no longer viable. It doesn't mean that we can't push back up. It should just mean that it wouldn't be in a it wouldn't be potentially in an impulsive structure, because we'd then have to look at this move here as an A wave, we'd have to look at this as a B wave, and then we'd have to look at it as a C wave. So then this would just tie in more towards this fact that we have a more complicated fourth wave going in here, where basically this would all then become a W or an A. This would be a B or an X, and then we'd look to push down. So that's what I'd be looking out for. If we lose this 20,624, effectively it makes this structure here more likely to be a corrective structure. But for as long as we hold that, and as long as we find support in this support box here, basically what we'd be looking for is then that continuation to the upside. The only way that this could end with a 5-wave move is if we look at it as a flat. And then we'd have to take it from here, and it would be an A, a B, and a C wave, and then that could be completed, and we'll have to look to move up from there. So we just got to be careful with it. Once this does complete, the structure is indicating to me that it ended here, but sometimes these things can be tricky, and we might get it slightly out. So if we do actually look to break up and take this high point after completing this 5-wave move, then we'll have to treat this as a flat correction in here. So then either we've got this as a 1-2, and then we're looking to break up, like I was saying, or alternatively, what we would then have is basically this is an A, B, C, this is a B, then we'd be looking for that C wave up. So we'd have to be aware of both options. If we're looking at it as a corrective structure, basically, if we'd only moved up towards this 21,600 and retested these high points without being able to break above, then effectively what we'd have is just a corrective structure here, and it could actually look to break down again. So it just could become a more complex move here. So we've got to be careful, because fourth waves are notoriously tricky for becoming complex. So we just got to be careful of that fact. So that's what I'm looking for within this structure. I want to see this move to the downside here to find support, then see what happens here. If we take it from this point, we'd have a 5-wave move if we have this additional drop, in which case what we'd be then expecting is, like I said, this to come up again and then to break down further like that as a zigzag. However, yeah, we just need to be careful because of the fact we can read this end bit in quite a few ways. Another thing that I'm just being aware of is that if we took it from, basically if we take this from this point here, then we've had what looks like a 5-wave move here. So this always opens up the possibility that we could get either a bigger zigzag play out, which would look to bring us down into this zone of this 20,000 zone, and that would be looking at this move basically from this high point as an A, B, and a C down into these lows. So that is one possibility still, that we could see this play out as a zigzag pattern here. Alternatively, the more bearish option would be that we would start to break down from this point, and basically what we'd be looking for then is the potential that this is a 1-2, and then we'd be looking to form this structure to the downside. And basically within this move, what we would then be looking, if we're speculating that this is completed at this point, we wouldn't want to move back above this 21,219. If we move back above this 21,219, it would indicate that actually we have one of the other options playing out, and that either this is extending up and we're starting to form this fifth wave, or basically that, well, yeah, it would invalidate this. Either that or this wave 2 would be incomplete. And if we move back above 21,650, that would eliminate this potential completely. But for as long as we stay below this point, it is possible that we get a corrective structure into this, where we basically form this wave 2 and then break down from there. So off of the current position and the current information we have, basically the impulsive trigger for this would be moving down past this 19,282. That would indicate then that we have a bigger third wave drop here, and we'd be looking for that fourth and a fifth. So if these play to the ideal target zones, that could mean a drop down towards this 19,099 to this 18,838.25. So this is just something we need to bear in mind. We can see this drop play out here. However, for as long as we hold these support zones, we could still be looking to push up into this box up here at this 22,164 and this 21,725. Like I said, I've been anticipating for us to come and interact with this top channel line here. We haven't quite got there, so it is possible sometimes these moves just won't reach it, but it would be a lot neater if we did actually break into it, and then we'd have to see what happens from there. If we manage to break above it and then find support, then we could be looking for an additional wave up. However, these moves still need to prove themselves, in my opinion. We are looking for this bigger third wave to complete, and then get that confirmation with the fourth wave, and then look for a fifth wave to the upside. But we would need to see this prove itself. Currently, at the moment, we've just got a three wave move, so this move could always look to break down from here. So we just got to bear that in mind. If we do start to break down with this 5-wave move here, it would stretch this count a little bit then. Ideally, I'd want to see this break up. It could break down slightly here. If that WXY plays out, that's not too bad, but I wouldn't really want to see it break down all the way to these levels here. Otherwise, it starts to become quite a big move in relation. I suppose it's not that big. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We just need a bit more confirmation at this point. There's so many ways that we can potentially read this. We can read this as a bigger correction. We can read it, like I said, as a diagonal into there. We can read this third wave as here. Potentially, there's a way of counting this third wave a lot further back here as well. So yeah, these are my most probable counts here that I'm looking at. If we get a bit more information, it might narrow this down a bit and take some of these options off the table. But until then, we need to just be aware that there are a lot of options here. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and while you're down there, why not have a look in the description for the link to the Discord. Really is a great place to come and chat with like-minded individuals. Why not give it a try? It's free to join. Once you're in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff with any questions you may have, and we'll be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Also in the description below, there's a link to affiliate link for BYBIT and PrimeXBT. Both of these are great exchanges that we use with doing our own trades. And yeah, if you use the affiliate link, it helps support the channel, helps us grow, so we would really appreciate it. Okay, everyone, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Take care out there.